Well, she's appeared with Hugh Jackman, Denzel, Mark Wahlberg, The Rock. Who hasn't she worked with? Me. She hasn't worked with me. Let's meet Doris Morgado. Nice to meet you, Doris. Welcome to the program. Nice to have you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me, Carlos.
Now you've worked with all the superstars.
Yes, I'm official now.
I think it's hilarious. I mean, you are a very busy young lady. You've been working hard. You've been doing a lot of acting. And I know from things that I've heard about you is that mom wasn't always so keen on you becoming an actress. And you know, that's like a typical Latina mom. There's no way. Yep. What are you going to do? What's a real job? Are you going to get a real job?
Yeah, that is so true. That was one of the things when I told my mom, I was already at FIU and I was, I think, into my second year getting my bachelor's in elementary education. And I had always wanted to be an actress and I had never known what to do or how to go about it. And someone was like, well, you should, get a degree in theater. And I was like, that's a great way. And I told my mom, I'm changing my major. She's like, no, just like that. Like, no, she's like, I didn't come to this country to struggle for you to also struggle. She's like, you're going to get a degree that you can actually get a real job. And then if you want to, you can go and pursue that hobby. I was like, okay, my mom's Cuban. I am scared of that woman. So I was like, yes, ma'am, I will go and get my bachelor's degree. I got it. And then I told her, okay, now I'm gonna pursue my acting. She's like, you can do whatever you want because I know at the end of the day you have something to fall back on. And that was like her thing.
Well, I'm sure now she goes, that's me up there on the screen.
Oh, CCC. They have an accounting firm down in Miami, and in the lobby they usually try to play, if it's like appropriate, they'll try to play movies or TV show like the episodes that I've been in. And she has my headshot framed. And I'm like, Mom, it's a headshot. It's not supposed to be framed. She's like, a mí no me importa. So she has it there. Like people come into the office. They're like, who's that? It's like, that's my daughter. She's been with Denzel. And she's like, brags about it. She's like, oh, she loves it.
Of course she's proud. That's fantastic. And this all started because your dad and you used to go to movies together and you enjoyed that camaraderie, and it kind of started early in life, huh?
Yeah, my parents are divorced, and so on the weekends we would spend it with my dad, and that was his thing. It was like clockwork. It was we would go and have lunch at Pizza Hut, and then from there we would go to the arcades, which were right next to the movie theaters, and then we would go to the movies, and that was it was Friday, it was Saturday and Sunday that we would do that, and I fell in love with movies. Just you were just taken away from life and you were put into this scenario and you were living something else, and it was beautiful for me.
You know what's cool is to see an actress like you, because I know that you love to work out and you're very physical and you love action. To see you on a horse wielding a sword, I mean, that must be really cool.
It is. I've done sports all my life. I have two older brothers, so in order to be able to play with them, I had to keep up with them. So I had this very competitive spirit of wanting to be part of the guys, because there weren't a lot of girls where I was growing up. So if I wanted to play, I had to keep up with them. And because of that, I took up like all different types of sports. I think it was my freshman year in high school, I played every single sport that there was. Wow. And then I kind of narrowed it down to what I really enjoyed, which was basketball and track and field. And I did track all the way to college.
Wow, congratulations. That's fantastic.
Yeah, thank you.
Keep you going, ready for the next thing. And you're going to be in a movie if all this works out with this Corona thing. Tell me about the new movie. It's called Red Winter. Is that what it is?
Yes. So Red Winter, it's an awesome movie, and we actually got lucky enough to be able to finish shooting it before this all happened. So we were able to wrap picture, and I think right now they're just doing the editing and things like that. But it's one of the leads is Vernon Davis, NFL football player. And the movie has a lot of action. It was, I think about 90% of the movie was shot outdoors in the woods up in Grand Lake, Colorado, which is a beautiful small little town, but it was freezing. It was, I'm sure for someone that's like up north when it was -10, it's like, oh, that's not so bad. Me being from Miami, -10 felt like negative 100. I mean, I already put on a sweater if it's negative, if it's 70 degrees or less. So for me, it was just so much fun because we got to do a lot of physicalities in the sorry. See, this is the whole pronto when you're doing meetings at home. You just have people walking in, the dogs are like, oh, the door was closed. I was like, yes, it was.
I want to ask you one last thing before we go, and that is, you have Cuban parents, you spent some time in Venezuela. Were you born in Venezuela?
Yeah, I was actually born in Venezuela. My grandfather was a political prisoner, and that's where they got political asylum. So that's where I ended up being born, in Caracas.
Cuban, Venezuelan, or Miamian?
I consider myself Cuban just because my whole family's Cuban, and so all that, the culture, the food, everything like that.
That's a good answer. You know, ¿sabe por qué? Porque tengo mi sombrero cubano aquí para...
Ah, muy bien, me encanta.
And I
Me encanta, Carlos.
all I need is a cigar, and we'd be...
There you go. A guayabera, a cigar, and the hat, and you're good.
Doris Morgado, es un placer. Thank you so much for being
Igualmente.
with me. And I hope the hat, I think...
It looks good. It looks good. I like it.
I'm very Cubano.
Yes.
Have a good one.
Thank you, Carlos. Have a wonderful day.